In this video, we'll have a more in-depth analysis of Emmet and Escavalier. So he's a bug striker, weak to fire. Stats wise, he has very good HP, very high attack, irrelevant special attack, defense per defense okay, speed it's okay as well. Now for the moves, he has Mega Horn, which is a very high BP move, it's 4 gauge, physical, very strong. He has Iron Defense and Swords Dance, which can buff defense, so Iron Defense plus 2 defense, Swords Dance plus 2 attack, and then it costs 2 gauge. Trainer move Safety First, it only has one use, and it can apply Move Gauge Acceleration, plus 2 accuracy, apply super effective up next, and then plus 1 physical move up next effect. Now the good thing about this trainer move is that it can plus 2 accuracy, which is good for Mega Horn because Mega Horn is 85% accurate. So if you plus 2 accuracy, it becomes 100%, which is great. For passive, he has Critical Affliction 9, which is a really good one. So basically every time you use Iron Defense, Sword Dance or the trainer move, you plus 1 crit, which is very good, which means you can literally max out crit before the first sync, right? If you plan to just use Sword Dance 3 times in a row, you get to plus 6 attack and then plus 3 crit, which is great. Second passive is Mighty Affliction 2, 30% chance to plus 1 physical move up next effect when you use status move. So basically you use Iron Defense or Sword Dance, you have 30% chance to activate this physical move up next effect, which is very good. Plus 1 rank is 40% extra damage for your normal moves, it doesn't work on sync moves. Third passive, Rising Tide. Basically you can buff yourself 18 times, you get 18 buffs, you have like a 100% multiplier to your sync move, which is very good. 18 buffs is a lot, maybe a lot, but you can plus 2 accuracy from trainer move, you can plus 6 defense, plus 6 sword stance yourself. That's already plus 14 already, right? Then just bring defense, speed, special defense, whatever support, and yeah, it's quite it requires a bit of time to set up, but if you bring support, it's fine. Good thing is that he can max out his own crit, right? He can max out attack as well, max out defense. If you don't max out defense, you can bring another defense support and then just focus on sword stance and then use safety first. For safety first, yeah, super effective up next, right? So you can time it well, use it right before you sync, and then your sync is gonna do 50% more damage with the super effective up next, which is great. His sync move is Victory Jaws Spark Impact, regular sync move. Overall, his base kit is really solid. You can max attack, max defense, max crit, super effective up next. Very good DPS. His Nuke and DPS at 1 out of 5 is actually quite good. So if you plan to summon him, 1 out of 5, it's no problem. In fact, 2 out of 5 and 3 out of 5, they actually don't increase much stuff for him. I mean, you get some cool stuff, but 1 out of 5 works fine. So for 1 out of 5, he has Unbending, which can be useful, right? Depends on the stage, especially with Legendary Gauntlet and stuff, right? Snow Shelter, cool. Headstrong is also depends, right? Sun Shelter, cool, I guess. 1 out of 5, there's nothing, but like I said previously, 1 out of 5 Emmet and Escavalier are actually quite solid. They do pretty good damage, mainly because of Rising Tide. This passive is good, right? You literally get a free damage if you buff yourself. 2 out of 5, you get some stuff, you get accuracy, not really needed because plus 2 accuracy from trainer move already. NPR2, not really unless you want to get another super effective up next and move gauge acceleration, as well as I guess physical move next effect. It's not really needed. Bonusing 2, cool, it's only 20%, which kinda sucks, right? And well, it's easy to activate, right? Just use Sword Dance once, or you can just max out your attack and then you can do extra damage. Because it doesn't say the more your attack raise, right? So as long as the attack is raised, that is extra damage. NGR3, cool, very good. Challenge 1, I don't see this useful, you can just spam this, you can easily max out your own crit. Sozen MGR3, not really useful as well. This one, Shooting Strikes 1, can be useful, it depends if it's a very short battle, this can be useful, right? Because you can max defense in 2 turns. MGR3, not really useful. Vigilance, pretty good. Depends on the stage as well. If your opponent Legendary Gauntlet, Legendary Arena, AoE crit you, I guess this can be useful. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5, you get some stuff as well. Honestly, his grid 2 out of 5. His grid is actually not crazy insane. It's good, but it doesn't add a lot to him, honestly. Some extra damage, I guess, but it's not really game changing. Charging Infliction 1, so you get 1 gauge when you use this move, which not really. This top right corner, honestly, don't touch it. other than the power-ups, I guess. Sync freebie, maybe, can be useful. But also kind of situational, depends on your team. If your team is struggling with speed, this can be useful. Tough Sync 3, similar to this one, but you get like 30% multiplier when your defense is raised, which is easy to do with Iron Defense. You have Source Dance Charging Affliction 2. You plus 2 gauge when you use Source Dance, so basically it's free, not really useful. This one though, Source Dance Berserker 1, this one actually can be useful, especially in Champion Stadium, right? If you use this once, if you take this and then you use Source Dance twice, you max out attack. Yeah, after that, you can immediately use Safety First to get Super Effect up next, and then you can literally like probably OHKO in the first sync. And then if you have Ingo and Excelgor with Bug Zone, you can probably OHKO in the first sync, which is kind of insane. And then just make sure you bring like some sort of buff that can activate Rising Tide. Charging Affliction 2 for Iron Defense, also not really useful. Tough Cookie, this is good, right? Plus 6 defense, 30% multiplier, definitely useful. So let's show the grid. I have 2 grids for you. I've come up with 2 grids. The first one is the Champion Stadium. It's for shorter battles. So basically this one, you take both of this, Tough Sync 3 and Bronze Sync 2, that's like 50% multiplier. Then you take the notes here for extra sync damage. Notice that I didn't take Tough Cookie because, like I said, these are short battles. You're probably gonna OHKO with like 1 or 2 sync, so you don't really need DPS as much. So then MJ3, you have to take this to access Berserker 1, because like I said, with Berserker 1, you use Source Dance twice, you max out your attack, which is very nice, and then you can Super Effect up next, and then do big damage with sync. For the second build, it's for longer battles. It uses Tough Cookie instead of this one, Berserker 1. Still the same sync stuff here, right? With power-ups, Mega Horn, and then you have Tough Cookie for the damage. This one is for long battles because, you know, since it's long battles, right, you're probably gonna use Iron Defense 3 times, Source Dance 3 times to max out all your stuff, right? So like, you don't need this since it's a long battle anyways, right? You're just gonna keep buffing yourself and then you start doing big damage. Now let's do some damage comparison between Emmet, Nuke, and Alder. Nuke and Alder, I use the exact same grid, exact same damage as last week's Ingo Shoot You Summon video. So it should be familiar to you. So for Emmet, this is a sync one, comparing sync damage. We have Tough Sync 3, Bronze Sync 2 with the note, right? This one is for Champion Stadium, for like Nuke basically. So damage, as you can see, that is big damage, 31,000. That is like 50% more, almost 50% more than Alder. And it's, I guess, I wouldn't say easier to set up, but like 18 buffs, that's gonna take a bit of time. You can bring like some random supports that can buff like 2 stats at the same time, right? Since you can buff your own attack, if you plan to sync on the first turn, right, you can max out your own attack, right? And then you plus 3 crit as well, so that is 3 plus 6, that is 9 buffs. And you get plus 2 accuracy, that is 11 buff already, so you need 7 more, so you just bring some sort of support that can buff like 2 stats, 4 stats at the same time, I guess. Something like Skylar maybe. You plus 2 defense plus 2 speed, that is 4 stats, right? You use it twice, it's plus 8 already. So something like that. Just bring some sort of support that can get to 18 buffs. Attack defense, this one very easy to set up. For Alder, minus 6 special attack, kinda easy. He has Struggle Bug, but takes a while as well. But overall, this is big damage. But remember, I haven't included a Super Effective up next, which he can do with the trainer move, right? So that's 50% more damage. So that is very good damage. Not as good as Ingo, obviously, but still good damage. Now we compare DPS now. For DPS, we have this one with Tough Cookie I showed previously. This one is for long battles, Tough Cookie. And Nuke, Alder, we have the same grid. So let's compare. So you can see, Emmet does again more damage. That is good damage. Plus 6 defense for Tough Cookie, which is quite easy to set up, I guess. Or you can just bring like some sort of support. But again, like I said, that grid is for long battles, so you're probably gonna use Iron Defense anyways, which is, I guess, easy to set up. Nuke, no multiplier. Alder has overpower, minus 6 special attack, which is kinda easy as well, I guess. Needs some time, but overall it's okay. Now let's convert this to per gauge. Per gauge, Emmet still does more. 2441 per gauge compared to Alder. A bit more, not by much, but still a bit more. Now, if you have Ingo and Escavalier, they both pair out insanely well together, right? Ingo and Emmet, I'm pretty sure DNA like built them both in mind. They wanted to make sure that both of them pair up well together, I guess. Because you know, Ingo can debuff defense, can set up bug zone, which favors greatly for Emmet. Now, should you summon Emmet and Escavalier? Again, yes and no. Yes, because he has good nuke, good TPS, I guess easy to use as well. No, if you are like Alder, right? If you already summon Ingo as well, I guess you don't really need him. Although Ingo Emmet fits very well together. If you have extra gems, go ahead. But then again, we are right now in April. It is very likely that we are gonna get another Master Fair at the end of May. So think about that. So you don't have to cry when Master Fair actually drops. Now, if you do plan to summon him, what move level should you give? Like aim? Honestly, I think 1 out of 5 is just fine. You can candy him, but honestly 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, they don't add a lot. They add some damage, they add some utility stuff with like the Berserker one, right? With Sword Dance you can max attack in 2 turns. That's cool, but not really needed. And then for damage is also like, yes, improvement in damage obviously, but not needed. You can literally 6-star EX him at 1 of 5 and do some big damage with Nuke.